Hey, what's up everybody? This is Shannon here with Back to the Cardboard. So today, before I get into some baseball cards, let's talk a little bit of trivia. On November the 11th, 1986, a player by the name of Pete Rose officially retired. Pete at the time was the player manager for the Cincinnati Reds, and he retired by taking his name off the 40-man roster, essentially ending his career. My trivia question for you is, and I will post the answer at the end of this video, comment down below and let me know who you think it is, but the player that Pete Rose took his name off the 40-man roster for was who? And I'll give you a hint, he was an Olympian. So as the title suggests in this video, I have been looking for this one particular card that kind of hits all the criteria for me for at least 2 years now. And guess what? I have finally found it. After I pulled all my hair out and what's left is turned gray, I finally found the card after 2 years of searching. So let's flip the camera around and look at some pickups that I have added to my set registry in the last couple weeks, and this particular driving me crazy card. Alright, so the first card I want to share with you guys is this 1980 Carlton Fisk. This is part of my Hall of Fame 1980 registry run here. I really like this card. I like there's a lot of things going on here that you might not notice right away. You see kind of a disgusted look on Fisk's face, and if he doesn't really pay attention too close, you can see his mask he's tossed off to the side there. So I'm just kind of wondering if that was like a wild pitch or a pass ball or something that he's looking at there. So that's the 1980 Carlton Fisk. The next card I got for you guys is the 1973 Dave Concepcion. And I posed this question it's about a week ago or so, I guess. Does this guy, is he worthy of the Hall of Fame? I know his stats probably doesn't back that up, but man, he was the best shortstop of his era. No question about it, hands down, Dave Concepcion was the man through 1970 and even some part of the early 80s. What do you guys think about that? But this is the 1973 Topps Dave Concepcion. Then got this card here. Well, it's not really a card, it's a stamp. It's a 69 Topps stamp of Pete Rose. And I'm not saying these things are rare or hard to come by, but man, you hardly ever see them graded. Of course, this one's never been licked, but this is the 1969 Topps stamp, somewhat difficult to find graded, in decent shape anyway. And then I've got this right here, 1980 Kellogg's Pete Rose. This one, I know it's off-centered, but as Mike the baseball collector says, this is a low-hanging fruit. I got this like for a steal, just for like $9 or something like that. Yeah, it's off-center, but not too bad. It doesn't kind of take away from the aesthetics of the card, but I'm going to have to start picking up some more Kellogg's cards. I have a few, but I actually have a lot of Rose, but what I have is not graded or something other than a PSA, but yeah, this adds to my PSA Rose registry set. And then last here, the cards I want to show you before I get to the real barn burner is the 1978 Topps Reggie Jackson. Man, this card is the epitome of a baseball card. No question about it. And this is my favorite by far of all of Reggie Jackson cards. Man, it's got everything. It through his just his iconic swing where he's almost down on one knee, and this is one of two things. It's either a strikeout or a home run. No in between, no doubt on this swing. But just that image is just stellar. And then you've got the All-Star badge up there in the upper right-hand corner, the red, white, and blue All-Star badge. This is just an awesome card. This is what baseball cards should all look like, is this right here. So let's get past this and move on to the card that's been driving me crazy. So in 2021, I posted this video right here.
And then you got goal number 8 is looking for a 57 Topps Frank Robinson. Graded, of course, and that's one card that is really tough to come by that has great eye appeal.
I got it. So finally, after 2 years, I found the card that kind of checks both boxes for me. One, has great eye appeal, and 2, it's cheap enough that it didn't break the bank. So let's turn the camera around and take a look at my 1957 Frank Robinson rookie card. So here it is. Maybe some of you all recognize this box. It came from eBay authentication. And can somebody explain to me why eBay thinks it's a great idea to hold up your card in shipping for their services to go ahead and authenticate something that's already been authenticated? I understand the fakes and phonies that can be out there, the counterfeit cards and stuff, but come on, give me a break. But anyway, without further ado, this is my 1957 Frank Robinson. Let's take it out of this packaging, take a look at it. Oh, you know what? Let's take it out of this packaging. Is there a reason why it's in this authenticated? Because this is what you get if you scan this little code right here. You get this right here, which is just, it's nothing. You can look that up, go to the PSA website and search that, and it'll tell you the same thing. But this is coming off. I hate to break that, but it is. So there she is. Ain't she a beaut? And that is why it pays in this hobby to be patient. Patient is definitely, let's get it in there. Oh, there we go. Patience is definitely a virtue, especially in a card collecting hobby. This card checks all the boxes, like I said. You know, it wasn't cheap in my book anyway, but it wasn't expensive. And okay, yeah, it's maybe not the sharpest focus, but for a PSA 4, it's about a 50-50. I have seen worse. Pretty well centered, like I said. Bright colors, it's about middle ways there as well. If you see a PSA 4 that is super bright on eBay or anywhere for that matter, I just about guarantee you it's been color altered. Post-processing. So it can be manipulated. This card, what you're seeing right now, is not manipulated. I'm tickled to death with this. But after 2 long years, I finally found the card that I had been looking for, and I am so tickled to death. You can see here on the back, can really tell it, the centering here, it seems to be a little worse on the back than it does the front of the card, but it's the front that really matters to me, and that really tickles me to death, to be honest with you. But that is what has been driving me crazy for 2 years in the search for the 1957 Topps Frank Robinson rookie. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me. And if I don't see you before Christmas, have a very Merry Christmas. And remember, the reason for the season is Jesus. So, oh yeah, I just about forgot. The answer to the trivia question is Pat Basilio. Until next time, guys. Peace. Bye.